Good morning, everybody. You got me now? Hello! $50 it went to. From $2 to $50. HKIT as well on the scanners last night. 80 pence to... Whoa, 80 pence to nearly $8. $7.80. It's hot market today. Hot. Damn hot. Have a look at the disclaimer for me as well. Everything for educational purposes only. SYRA dumping off its benchmark. Already down $4 off the benchmark. My God. Here we go. Right, this is one I was just talking about here. SYRA. Juice. You saw me yesterday on Trade the Pool, yeah? Yeah. That's right, man. That's me. That is me. LiquiVision is the name of that little circle that I use over here. And yeah, we'll be back Monday on Trade the Pool. But for the minute, we are here and perfect short here on, not quite perfect because it didn't give you a chance to actually get in, but a rejection off the benchmark here at 9, straight down to, well, 333. What a lovely short there on SYRA. Sitting in here, it should be a liquidity pull to the buy side. We've only got a few minutes. I'm a little bit late to market this morning, so I need to catch up pretty quickly. Now, there should be a buy side liquidity pull sitting here. There is another benchmark 2. It doesn't have to go there. Benchmark 1 is enough some days, but it's been a crazy market, so we don't know what this is going to do. But if this buy liquidity pool can hold, you never know what can happen. There's two things we have to get past. You have to get past this level up here, because for every buy side it induces a sell side, so there will be a sell side liquidity pool. That would be a retest of the benchmark as well. Let's put this in as a sell side. So that's what we do. We can bounce between those today, literally from into here. Whoa, there. Let's take this off. Yeah, so we can kind of go down into here. We can curl up on the... Why am I dragging this? Why don't let me draw? Yep, so down into here. We could go back up to here and rest, or we could smash that and go up to $13, $14. Doesn't matter either way. We'll just try and get something off the back of that. Hey Taquito, how you doing? Yeah, you wanted your after hours scanner last night after we was talking about it. Oh dear, would have caught them both, eh? H-Kit, Hollow. Who thought Hollow was going to go at 50? I can't believe that. If you are into futures, I've got a little futures play on here. Similar sort of thing. Taking the lows to this swing here. The manipulation zone sits in a box. When it breaks out the manipulation zone, I expect it to go to either 1 or 2 on the profit taking levels. So we'll see what it does. Very risky play now. 5 minutes to the open. Could easily get stopped out. I've just got a risk of 130 for a reward of 540 on that one. Any little spot on the open can stop me out on that though. So I've just been holding that for the past 30 minutes. Very, very lively. It's all going on, Taquito, all going on right now. So let's so that's SYRA, which is kind of could be one and done in pre-market. There was a beautiful short. Didn't get a liquidity pull back off this at all, really. Well, you could argue we did if we dropped down to the 1 minute, but it was literally tiny. It would have been from this high. And this is my ideal setup if I'm looking for one. This high to this low. Put that little pull in. See where it touches there? That's the ideal short at that point. Which would have been, yeah, pretty much by the time you got into it, 860 down to $4. Oh my god, that's Syria. HKIT. What has HKIT done? I don't think we could benchmark this up really. It was so its initial benchmark, intraday benchmark, which we looked at, got knocked out after market. 100% on your paper account in what did you take for that in Trade the Pool, Taquito? Yeah, nice. That's wicked. Not too bad of my real account, mate. It doesn't matter if you get that eval, you can pass that and you can get your real account. I got you. Yeah. What else we got? So HKIT, so kind of busted those pre-market levels. It did acknowledge it. And again, with these levels, as we saw on the show yesterday with Tesla, when they hold, they hold. They're good for a reversal, right? So if we was looking at HKIT yesterday, for example, just after market, we knocked there on $2, which was kind of an intraday benchmark going on this basis. There was benchmark 1, acknowledged, we come back to it, it went to benchmark 2, then back to benchmark 1. Now, if this benchmark 2 fails, which has been happening with a lot of these lately, it can literally go to the moon and it can do the same thing again. We kind of measured it out yesterday. It can go 2 or 3 times the initial move. So when you block this out here and go, okay, well, what was that? Well, let's have another look. And you just stack it on top. Well, there's 1, and then bring that up, and there's 2. And that's what it's done already. Doesn't mean you can't do 3, 4, or 5. But obviously, oh my God, it did do 3, 4, or 5. So yeah, stack again, HKIT all the way up here now. If there's anything to pull on this now, it would actually be the start of post-market on this. CCTG. I'll have a look at that in a sec. So we have 1 minute till the bell. So here from this is how I would work it out if I'm once we've broken out of benchmark 2 on the intraday. If we break that out, we have to cut these levels again. There you go, and that's what I call the manipulation zone. Don't get involved in that where possible. Wait until it breaks out of it and pulls back to it or to a liquidity pool that we draw in. And you can see that each of these, oh, I don't know, it was quite aggressive. Did we get that first liquidity pool come in? Yeah. So 1, 2, 3 bounces into that liquidity pool overnight, and then the pre-market took it away from there. So we are currently in the open. Oh, okay. And that's, let's just have a look here. We're going to close this one off because the open there, 366, just in case we get some pullback on that. So that's my futures trade done. It's back to stocks. HKIT is pushing here. This is the play that retail love on here, by the way, right? This right here, this green taking out red at this level is a retail play. If I'm looking at this, I'm looking at this level here to this high here, and that you can see the liquidity switch on at 8 AM dumps into this liquidity pool that we still have sitting here. So we have this level. That's a buyer's hold level for me. That has to be a green block for buyers hold. If we come in here to liquidity, there's a zone, there's one provider at the top, one in the middle. Actually, that's trading views middle. It's just below, and then one just below that. So we can take 3 liquidity providers here. If we break below, we've got to watch out. Oh, and this is why I got out there on the yeah, that's why I got out there, because didn't want to sit through that. So we're good. $430 up on the Top Step Combine. Back to trade the pool. Trade the pool is holding its HKRT, sorry, is holding my. Always got to give me a shout out when Trade Ideas does that, because that is so freaking annoying when it closes itself. I've set it for 3 days. I've got to get onto support, and I've just lost all of my layout on that as well, because it didn't give me a chance to save it. You're watching bets. Yeah, I saw bets on there. This is going to overlay. Let me get this Momo scanner up there for the minute. My money flow scanner. Can you see that money flow scanner back now? I put it there. Yeah, I think I got you. We'll put the halt resume. And I want the parabolic. Where's my parabolic? Yep. I'll find it in a sec. Okay, so holding a buyer's liquidity pool here for the moment. HKRT. Bets is off and running. Bets is off and running. Here, bets flowing on the money flow scanner. Where are we? Let's have a look. Yeah, not loving bets. Is that the lowest low? It's not clear to me on the lowest bets. Is that the low? Okay, we can go with that. That's clearer. Let's try an hour, see if it tidies it up a bit. Thinking kind of here. Ooh. Right, so this is a longer term play. This is definitely not intraday play. Intradays, I'll have a look at bets on the 2 minutes. Shout out if I'm missing anything. I'm listening to the money flow scanner for the moment. So this one here is going to be a benchmark. I'll copy that. Oh, I can't grab it, can I? Yeah. This is also a benchmark. Benchmark number 1 has a wide, there's 2 levels, 1, 2, basically, on a benchmark. This benchmark 2 is always slimmer, where the money runs out of there. So at the moment, we are at profit target 2 here. Profit target 1 was already hit earlier. I'll throw it in there, but that's the case. And the idea is we don't get involved in this area. We kind of stay out of it. So we stay out of that area until we break out, and then the idea is target 1 80%, target 2 90%. Oh, sorry, target 1 90%, target 2 80%. And by the time we get up here, it's kind of 70%. And up here really depends on how the liquidity pools hold on that run. So if I'm looking at intraday, I'll do exactly the same thing, because this algo runs 24/7 kind of thing. You know, it runs every session, every day, every week. And if you break that up into times, you can basically, you know, pick a 2 minute for the intraday and a 30 minute or a 2 hour. So meaning that you take these swings down here and see where we got to on there. So we got to a benchmark 2 here, and then it shot up over. So we're still sitting around there in the middle on the session from yesterday's lows. All right. That was a massive shout on SYRA, I should say. I'm just going to change this to yellow so you know what I'm talking about. SYRA. Okay, see how that went into the liquidity pool and the money flow come out of it. And that money flow you generally can't see on level 2. You'll be able to see it on the time and sales, but you generally can't see it on the level 2. So that's the money coming in. So now, are we heading up from 440 to 7 again to go and check out that liquidity pool at the top? What have we got on the 1 minute? That's kind of aggressive on the 1 minute. Hollow's dropping from what have we got? A drop on the open from $41 to $32 right now. That's aggressive. That's going to be so crazy that everyone's going to be on that. SYRA. What we got in SYRA? So that's climbing up, and what price we've got on that? Any halts? Ah, man, there you go. Okay, so we've got a halt on SYRA, hollow, LALT. Oh no, hollow's just resumed. Sorry. So SYRA has been halted, BRLS has been halted, and LALT has been halted, all at the minute of 35 for LALT, 36 for SYRA. So SYRA should resume at 9:41. Okay, so that gives us a little bit. So I was just about to long that. So let's see if that first halt is at 43. So I don't know if this would work, but normally I'd be tracking these up. Where's you guys gone? There you are. So I don't know if we'll get it, but if we could pop down to here, so these pulls move up. So this one is still valid, still got 2 and 3 levels down here. But from this low to this high, it induces a new liquidity pull, and that liquidity pull is, if this does not come back to it and it climbs higher, will climb with it. If all levels are taken out, top, middle and bottom, then that's negated and we start to draw new. But for the moment, if we get a pop down here to 361, that would be nice to carry on. But halts can generally gap up as well, so we'll keep an eye on that. Nasdaq. What do we got here? So Nasdaq pumping. There's target 2 on Nasdaq. There's the 80%. Okay, taking the low, this swing high is just that double bottom there. You can see we've broken out the manipulation zone, took target 1, 90%, 80% is at target 2. That would have been the $560 for me. What did I take? 300, 400 ish. So yeah, I kind of got out here. It's now touched that level, pulling back off. Question is, are we going to go? There's 70% chance of getting up there to 72 on that benchmark. So you can take a look at that. Getting back into this, maybe a tack of $37 maybe, but the Nasdaq is absolutely crazy, so bear with. Right, what's that? Tesla. What did I have on Tesla quickly? Tesla. Let me come back to this SYRA. So bets is on again. Tesla. Okay, so null and void from yesterday. Bets has got money flow. SYRA's got 2 minutes. Let's have a look at bets. Pooh. HKRT halted on a big double. Shit. I was looking at bets. You've put me off now. Now I've got to look at HKRT. All right. Whoa, right. Okay, so deeper into its liquidity pool. So it doesn't mean it's over. I mean, don't be wrong. It was a huge run. But this is as expected. Remember, the switch on acknowledged the liquidity pool, right? Down here is further. Only if this breaks can it probably be done for the day. Otherwise, this is just your regular pullback to pull in and get liquidity for HKIT. So don't panic yet, unless you was long up there, and then obviously that's a shame. So hollow off what, $20, $17. It is off. So that's, got to look at bets. So let's see. So from this high, aftermarket high, up at $50 odd, down to this low. Actually, that's the most recent low. Put that in. You've just come up and grabbed that liquidity there to sell side liquidity that's kicked in. You'll have it from the buy side as well. Buy side, these lows to this high, and you're coming into the buy side zone. So that's the okay. SYRA back on. So let's see if this level holds here. Okay, so no pullback on SYRA. I'm thinking this is going to be the VWAP roundabout here. Yes, it's right at VWAP. So see if any short sellers come in at the VWAP. If not, I think it's got the legs to do this. Halted. SYRA's halted again at 9:41. 46 will be the resumption time. I've got a price move on that. One sec. No, my bad. My bad. It has not halted. Not halted again. So now we didn't touch that liquidity pool. So we're moving on up. Nothing can stop you. So it's going to be there in a minute. Oh, trade ideas, you really are a bugbear. I don't know what to do about you apart from phone support. SYRA still taking the money flow. Now that's going to move up again. It's rejecting off this little level, but I still think this is good. I just want it to come. Rather that be higher, but you know, still thinking that's good for a retest up there. SYRA, let's see what it does. I think it's got. I just want that dip. I don't like getting in unless I get that retest to the liquidity pool. What else we got on? What's happening with bets? SYRA, BETS. I'm just taking some more on bets on SYRA. I'm trying. I'm not waiting. I'm being a bit more aggressive on that. Let's see if we can't get something out of it. Drop that down there. I'll add to this if we can. Just before another halt, maybe. But that is going aggressively. Bets is making a lot of noise. Okay, here we go. SYRA is making new highs. I want this push into 750. Want that push into 750. Still trading. Not showing anything on my DOM for some reason. Let me see if I can open up the time and sales. I've got zero showing on the DOM. Come on. Okay. Get this in line with SYRA. Okay, still buyers coming in at this level. Hopefully we can hear this on the tape. Come on. Let's get that money flowing. Just jumped into that. expecting. So still was a new high. Still got that buyer's pull down there. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Let's see. Where was that first swing? It's very hard to see that first swing, but it is here. Where are we at? Okay, we got one more push. This is all lining up, right? So to 710, 717. Are we going to get a push? Remember, we've got another level above here. We've got another level up at 14, which it could go for. Not necessarily in the as a rush to break it on this move, but you know, if we could be into a liquidity pool back to the buy side before we go for a run this afternoon. But we'll see what holds out. What else we've got? Hollows down at 28. HKIT is at 470. HKIT, let's take a look. HKIT deeper into its liquidity pool on the buy side. Nothing to the upside to talk of with. We could take the, let's have a look, take the post market lows. We treat that pretty much as a new swing below that benchmark 2. Okay, so we're in benchmark 1. There is a level above there sitting. Where is that? I need to bring that. He said about 1050, 1030. So this buy liquidity needs to hold if we're going to go up and go for another run on HKIT. Doesn't mean it is. It can just as easily break to the downside and fade for the day. But that is HKIT. Not seeing a lot of price movement on that. Also not seeing a halt. MLGO taking some money flow at the moment. Hanish, I like your thinking. HKIT just broke the liquidity pool. That is negated. It could use the back of it. Whoops. It could use. It could use the back of it, but that is negated. So depending how accurate we are, let's give it a minute. But that looks bad. You've got a question on bets, Hanish. Is this currently sitting in the long best execution range from pre-market? If so, consider this bullish until it gets there. So the best execution range is something that I would use on the larger caps as opposed to the smaller caps. It can work in a similar way. Need to get that under last swing down, so not quite. You are in this swing. You've got a bigger way to go, but like I say, it's not something that I would play. You'd be down at 265 or 417. SYRA has decided to short off that area. What have we got here? Yeah, it's more likely to be the very first swing in there, right? So yeah, you could play that. I'm more comfortable on that on higher price stocks, but yeah, it's you're correct. It's taken the last swing here before the pre-market has those best execution levels. LAES shorted. LAES halted. SYRA halted downside. Let's have a look. LAES. No worries, Hanish, you got it. So LAES, no surprise on LAES. It has come into its benchmark play yesterday, and it just kind of retested it this morning and has come off of that level as we speak, and pretty heavily, enough to get halted. If SSR will be on that one. SYRA SSR Hollows SSR also. Can't see LAES on there. Okay. So lively. MLGO is also off to the upside on the 1 minute. If we are looking from yesterday's lows, I'll take yesterday's lows there. Actually, this guy. That's looking for somewhere around 190. So yeah, it acknowledged the top of the manipulation zone, went to target 1, target 2 is pretty smashed, back to what profit take 1, and then we've smashed benchmark 2 as we speak, and resumed and halted at this point. So MLGO halted, LAES halted downside, SYRA. So yeah, looking for this buy side liquidity pool, I think, on SYRA, and then that will determine whether or not it's over. I mean, we've got this big one sitting down here, but we've kind of utilized it. If we break this one here, you know, this could be a resting area for SYRA. And remember, if they do rest in this area, they can come back just after lunch and they go for that retest of the high. But for the minute, that is not working out. SXST, where did we get to? Benchmark 2 on SXXT. There was a daily benchmark 1 above it, but the benchmark 2 is the play. Didn't quite get the liquidity pool hit. It was 5 cents off. You would have got the second one. The second one sitting right here. You literally just got to draw it in. Second one sitting right there. If you didn't catch that first one, there's your second one. Pre-market. What have we got? Pre-market. Pre-market. This is actually a buy. This is a buy foul. Right, so that was the buy side liquidity. That was again acknowledged by the liquidity switch on. We come down to it again, can't hold it, dumps, comes to the backside. There's a short play off there from 3, currently down at 241. HKIT, yeah, done as well. Similar, comes back to use it. So there's a short on here if you like getting into that short in HKIT. I can't think of anywhere lower that this might be now. No, it's still kind of below it on that one. It's not even there, but yeah. Let's see what that does. We can bring that down a tad for the minute, because that isn't the swing that we went to. It's a later swing, so that's just kind of moved. This is the updated version, so we've gone below and we're trying to go below again, and we are coming away from that. So the same play there. Let's get that off. Not confused now. So let's see what happens in a couple of minutes. WIMI ahead on the scanner. So we are retesting a benchmark here on WIMI. And there is a benchmark above it. There's benchmark 2 sitting up there at $2. I'm assuming we are in the liquidity pool from the overnight and pre-market session right now. Yeah. Okay, so we're trying to we're in there. We're trying to hit it. We let go. Okay, so this is sell side liquidity. They're coming back for the sell side liquidity on here. If this level fails, there's a very high chance. Fails as in it breaks above and comes back. There's a very hard chance you've got to trade from 145 to 190. If we fail here, there's a short on just the same. Let's have a look at what we've got here. WIMI. Yeah, 2 short on the tape, 4 short, 6, 4, 4,000 short on the tape. There's definite shorts coming on here from 135 down to 120. It is where you can get to. Let's have a look at the 1 minute buy side liquidity from the pre-market. So we're going from the lows to, yeah, stay there. From the lows to the pre-market highs, you can see we bounce into that liquidity pre-market and the open. So that's the buy side liquidity pool that we've got sitting there. And we may well bounce between the two here. So coming off that short on WIMI 129 to 105, it'll be 20 cents there for you. And then obviously if we break this buy side pull back, you've got a short from 97 back down to around 80. So yeah, smaller profits on that one. What we should look out for though, again, is that a potential lunchtime play where we come in to this buy liquidity, curl round, and then try and make our way through. And then at that point, it's whether or not we can break through this last liquidity pool at 44, because we've touched level 1, and now for level 2, 1 liquidity provider left up there. ADVM, what happened with my Nasdaq actually? So ADVM benchmark to manipulation zone. Could we have caught that? God, you can't look at everything at the same time, but there we go from that high to the pre-market low. Could we have caught the short? Yes, you could have. Absolutely perfect. $3 short there on ADVM, down to 217. Down to 217. We need a way to call all of these. Obviously, I need some AI, I think, to help me out on this. What else is going on? SYRA about to resume or going for another 10 minutes? 49, 2 minutes for SYRA. Hollow, absolutely dumping. So let's see what you were saying, Henishan. We can take that. Yeah, to the upside. See, there are those sellers got best execution at 42, straight through there down to 2070 at this time. If we are looking at the purely the aftermarket buy liquidity, there'll be fit that in. It's so manic. That would be yeah, it's there. It's getting there already. Big. So this is the big swings from post market sitting there. Post market, sitting there. Templates. I can't get it. It's overlay. I have to take it off to get my template. Buy liquidity. Okay. So buy liquidity pool there kind of acknowledged it, didn't it, in the pre-market. It's going to come down to it again. It's already in there right now as we speak. Still moving. Yeah. Not convinced. Not convinced. SYRA I want to keep an eye on. Right, there's the buy side liquidity pool here. Holding, just tapped into it. SYRA. Now I want to close above there. Where's my execution box gone? Come on back. Come back here and attach. Okay, here we go. Looking for that 750 if we can get it this time. Remember, there's a new swing. I'm always drawing these. It needs to break. Where are we? Needs to break. It's going for it now. Needs to break here. There's a pull here. There's a pull here. It needs to break 590s, 6s to go for a run. Oh, that's a quick ad there now. I want to say quick resolution to this up to 750. I need this to run to 750 like now, please. If not, we will cover very shortly because I don't want a double top at this point. But that's it. It's broken that liquidity pool. It can come down to it a tad, but it just needs to rocket off to $7.50 to go get that liquidity above it. Come on now. What do we got? I haven't even looked at the Mag 7 yet. Come on, SYRA. Let's hear you on the money flow. Call her out. Come on. Come on. Ouch. Don't want to see that one broken to the downside. Right. We're going to have to cover. Close, I mean close. Right, I certainly don't like the fact it's had two opportunities to go and get that liquidity pool up there. It's now in its buy side liquidity pool, bouncing between both. So double top there. This one has to go. Come on, you've got to go now. Come on. That's it. SYRA. Come on. Yep. Yep. So money flow back into SYRA. And we need that push now. We need that push. Come on, come on, come on. See how this is playing? Pull to pull. Like literally I could draw another one. Again, I love tick charts, but yeah, so I've just I've just broken that one now. Now this is the key level. If we can bust 650, we are going very quickly. If we can bust it, I'll add another. Come on, here comes the money. Yep. Come on, more. What's going on with Wet G here? Why is Wet G taking the money flow? Yeah. SYRA, that's where the money. Come on now. There's now this guy that's got to hold. Watching this. Need that money flow to come in. SYRA. Come on. Come on. So what we want is for one of these to be quiet. What we want is all the money to go into SYR8. At the moment, we've got this split between WIMI, Barks on. We saw that yesterday. Oh, it's just not feeling it, is it? Come on. Come on. Just ready to pump another couple hundred shares into SYRA, and it is taking a breather. It's still there being held by the stair steppers. But the WIMI did level up this morning. Okay, so that's on the short side. That's tapped into its sell side liquidity pool. Needs to come down to here 105. Actually, there's a fresh one. There's a fresh liquidity pool that is still valid at the bottom, but here's the fresh one. Fresh one there. WIMI needs to hold, otherwise it's going to come down and get this 595. Come on, 6. Let's see. Let's break. What's this level of contention up here? Is at 637. Come on now. Apple off, Microsoft off, Nvidia literally went best execution to the top side and the bottom side by the looks of it. Same for Meta, best execution levels. Amazon, best execution to the buyers. What did you sign up for? A cash account and your prop firm, yeah. SYRA still hanging on to this level. Gotcha. Oh, being very posh. Blue chips on Trade the Poll. I take it you're using appropriate size on there in order not to do that account in a day. Yeah, so NVDA's classic execution. We'll take a look at those. Yeah, no, absolutely. That's the way to do it, Taquito. Small. Right, just tapped into this benchmark again. Got that money flow coming out of it. Let's now push to 7. Apple, you're long at 107.97. You're long at what? I think you've made a typo there. 187? What are you? Apple's like 188. This. All right, that money flow didn't do much coming out of SYRA for me here. The volume in today's market is absolutely crazy. Let's start that again. You're betting long on Mickey Mouse. Let me have a look at Mickey Mouse. Let me get this in here. That is such. How many times has it held? Literally 625 to 32 there. Every single candle, isn't it? All right, that is rolling over now. It's going deeper into that pool. I have to limit some of this now if we can't get that. Let's pull this back. Come on. God. Oh, gee. Yeah, that he might help at the moment. Okay, covering. So tearing out some of this now. Don't think. That's it. So if we can get a green bar above this one, there'll be retail on my side with it as well. If not, they're waiting down for 452. Oh, you got to get your sleep, mate. You can't trade round the clock just because you've got two accounts now. Yeah, I still can't believe you won that yesterday. I literally was kind of doing a debrief this morning, saying who come into the room and who was commenting, and your name was mentioned, and I said one of my OGs there, old Taquito. Come on, let's get that green bar close above. No, didn't close. We've got this one. Stepping to the downside on this now. Come on, let's get that close. We've got 44 seconds for that to confirm. MLGO still there. Didn't quite make the benchmark on that. I wonder if it's got another push. That's almost been flat compared to everyone else in the pre-market. Have to mute this cowboy. Okay, so that is a confirmation of a retail play coming in with the money out of, but it's now look, it's just, we're just going to sit in this now because it's just going to each of these. It can't break one. It cannot break this. It needs to break this to the upside. Damn. Got to break that. Got to break that to get there. Every time we've had one of these, it's held. So that's how your pennants form, obviously. We've had that conversation before. The liquidity pools to both sides are holding. Just whether or not we're going to get that pop to the upside. The ideal pool to go get is up there. We need to break 6 to go get it. There we are. We've got it. That's the we've got to break that. It's clearly. Come on now. 5 cents on the spread here, and it's holding up right there. Hanish, you've got a limit short on MLGO at 137. Why 137? It's dried up again on SYRA. Oh, you're doing AK's halt play. MLGO. Second halt was the first halt was a 148. Second halt, I don't see second halt where. Where's that second halt? So 44. Oh, that was when my MLGO 40. Oh, 44. 40, oh, resumed at 47. I missed that because my trade IDs crashed. So the halt was at 44 and 44 at 137. Don't get that. MLGO making hard work of this at the moment for sure. MLGO just tapped into buy side liquidity. Sell side up there at kind of 150. Obviously, your halt resume plays a completely separate concept. WIMI. Second touch. So 2 buy side liquidity pools holding on WIMI at the moment. Hollow double into its overnight now. Double bounce into its overnight liquidity pool here. Has Hollow got anything to do on the upside at this level? 44 to 22. So literally, so Hollow looks like it wants to. So we've taken out the lows here. That first liquidity pool, we've gone for the second liquidity pool. We haven't gone for the third yet, but there is a potential play on here for Hollow, which is, whoa, which would take it to new highs. That would be crazy. Where did we get to? So 50. Yeah, certainly could retest that high off this. What on earth? Right, so sell side liquidity coming in now on really does want that. There's a new one here. Where's the nearest buy side? Yep. See if we can't get a push. Yeah, not quite there for your 137 play. Got 155 on mine for that. You have buy side. Let's have a look at Mickey Mouse. Oh. Da, 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 da. So 108 long. Was that a scratch taquito, basically? So that low range there, that's what I'm looking at. So yeah, you tick off benchmark 1 there. So these ones, target 1, target 2 there, they're the easier ones. In fact, 2 goes at it because that aggressiveness of that. Mid lows to the highs. They weren't far off best execution. They were bang on at best execution, in fact. Sell side. Come on, we must have something else on today. It's been moving. Yeah, it is. Yeah, to be honest, it's not something that I'd really. I know they work on the swings. I've never really, because I treat the pre-market on stocks like I treat the Asia session on futures. So I've done that analysis. Pre-market and opening, I haven't really done on small caps to a certain extent. I've spent more time on the benchmarks and the liquidity pools as opposed to literally whether the pre-market does the same. What I do know is those liquidity pools are just awesome. HKIT. So HKIT still kind of in there. That would get that one spike below that liquidity pool. But that's got to be backside now. Let's have a look what we got. It's kind of rolling, isn't it? So just wicks into that liquidity pool right now, and then base at the bottom of it. And have we got, so that one's been done, that one's been done. Yeah, okay. So into the buyer's hold liquidity pool with the most recent one in there right now. You definitely need to see it curl up out of it. I don't know whether I've got, where's the yesterday's low, yesterday's highs. Yeah, it's already done a benchmark 2, but stocks have been rocking on this benchmark 2 when they smash it. Could this be a benchmark play? Certainly haven't gone up there from pre-market highs to go get anything else. And it would be up there. So you can see if that plays out later on. You'd need to curl out of this, get above 560. 460, sorry. Apple's played to the downside. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at the Mag 7, see what's going on. I want to take these levels out today. Right. So the Mag 7. So a tad off 60. So 52 for best execution. Went down for the buy side execution, so that's job done. Then direction for the the opening, basically the opening session. Straight down. This is what Tesla kind of done yesterday, which was dumped down to this benchmark, and then kind of made, well, actually went back to higher highs yesterday on Tesla, because I managed to get a positive out of that Tesla trade in the end. So yeah, that's the play. They're the ones you want, when you can acknowledge that 90%, 80% trade, and then the 70% trade plays out. Big short miss on a wet G. Yeah, we heard it on there, right? It was going. We had a look at that as it was calling out wet G and Syra at the same time. Although I see what you mean. This is probably fresh, right? Yeah, that's fresh. Yeah, I don't know what that is doing though. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm not sure. I need to see something else from that. That's nothing at the moment for me. That is WeTrade. So for me, like, this is something that can play out. This is the one that I'd put on watch, because we've got 5 times volume today compared to any other day. So this is the one that I'm looking at to see what goes on. What goes on today. Actually, where's dilution tracker? Got 20 months of cash left. That's not bad. $20.23. Oh no. So when did that die? Split somewhere here. Oh yeah, there it was. So what price was that at? Certainly not that. Yeah, to me, this is something that puts it on my radar. This, I'm like, why? If we've got any news on wet G, have we? No, I've got no news on Wet G. Trade ideas down. Oh my god, it's a problem with it. I'm out of SYRA, by the way. I've had my stop in there at 5.20. Don't know what we've got on it, but I know it's gone. Assuming that buyer's hold level got taken out, did it? Yeah, for me, we trade is we trade is something that kind of puts it on the radar today, as opposed to something that can go nuts today. But obviously, we'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, I've got too much. I've got kind of too much of a reason here for it to not massively pump. It's I would, I like that. That's the sort of price action I like. And then to sideways here, we've actually gone lower and then chop, chop, chop. But we'll see. There's definitely a reason that this has happened, I imagine. It's just what happens now. Yeah, it's just nothing there before that. Can't even think. Yeah, so I'd say, yeah, it could have $5 on it today intraday, and I'd still look for a pullback then and see if that holds, see if anything else happens, see if we get another split on it. Or WIMI, hold on, yeah, WIMI still trapped between two pools, nothing going on there, hard work. WIMI, SYRA as well. Don't think it's made its decision yet. I do think it still wants that, but it's you're now failing. Buy side liquidity pools and sell side liquidity pools are holding, so we'll see what we've got there. It's definitely gone for the deeper level of liquidity, level number 2 on that, and number 3 sitting down at 386. So we'll see what it's got. Again, the nicer action has been overnight and pre-market. LAES was a nice short. Hollow, again, nice short from benchmark 2, which is a liquidity pool. There, liquidity pool sitting there at 41ish, and straight down from 41 to 22. SYRA, we know that. HKIT rolled over pre-market, didn't look back, didn't really get an opportunity to get in the live market unless it was a breakout of, and I don't know even if we made that, did we? Okay, yeah. So only thing to do, there's the breakout of the manipulation zone at kind of 5.15. It immediately went down to the profit target 2. So we're probably, depending on this buyer's hold level, but the benchmark is down there, but it depends whether the buyer's hold level wants to work here. So again, just price action will tell if we come out of these and want to head to up here to 650, or whether it just wants to benchmark today and done. I'm still missing my tickers. So the money flow has died up for the moment. SNDA? No. No liquidity on SNDA. Right, anything you want me to look at before I go for Mag 7? I'm going to see if I can't get anything from Mag 7. Whoa. A negative. Thanks to Keto. Wedgie. Coming up through or down through? I think you do. I think you do. CCGG is getting some money. Okay, this is getting some money, bro. What's happened here? Okay, this is a better kind of. This is better action. Clear a spread. All right, benchmark one. Come back down all the way now. Is like let's drop this down here. See if I can't get benchmark two in here. It's up there. Squeeze. Okay. Two's up there. Manipulation zone sitting down here, right? We don't mess with the manipulation zone. So question is that level there? This is just from pre-market. Did we get it from pre-market low, post-market low? Did we get a bit liquidity pull touch? No. So yeah, so that whole push there, and if I take it from the most recent this morning, yeah, so that's trying to work its way out. That's gonna have a little bit of a that liquidity pull there. The only issue with that I can see. Oh, it's buy side, isn't it? Sorry, my bad. So looking at these now, what you can see is held. Bring that down. Next one, you know what I'm talking about. Held. So sell side liquidity bang on top of buy side liquidity. So buy side liquidity pool, sell side liquidity pool. That is what is happening there. You've now got a liquidity pool within a liquidity pool again, which is where you can work it out for the afternoon. If we go into what's the time? We got 10:45. We need to break that $7. Need to break that liquidity pool if we are going for a run. So there is an $18, $19 benchmark at the top. The blockers to that are a liquidity pool and a retest of benchmark 1. And the current sell side liquidity pool it is in. So at any point we break out of 7, kind of this kind of action, and then option 1, or if that happens, then we'll look at that kind of action. For the minute, be anticipated. The least risk trade was in this lowest bottom as we went to grab that last level of liquidity down here and curl out. So kind of 530s. SYRA taking that last level of liquidity now. Hollow. Doing the same thing in that buy zone. So I wouldn't necessarily write these off just yet. You've got the afternoon session in here. All right, so WIMI is done now. That's coming back. Got to be looking for a back to his 80 cents where it came from. What TAOP yesterday? The TAOP pre-market looked back at its benchmark, then come back, fell away. MLGO didn't get your price there, Hanish. And breaking that buy side at the moment. That's a near as done it. Benchmark 2 is a couple of cents off. There's 12 cents off. LAES the same. Benchmark 2 retest done. Okay, I'm going to have a quick look at the Mag 7s. There's my top step account here. So let's bring that over. So there was what we were drawing this morning. We got to target 2 where I covered. Yeah, so final. Gone to the benchmark there of a liquidity pool pullback on this. Well, actually on probably on both. So liquidity pool pullback on NQ right here. And then with this move up, you got another pullback there to take that long. And this one as well, you'll probably find worked to the T. Yep, so there's 3 pullbacks within that trend, right? And the trend is basically the meat of the move that I see from the low swing here, and some point here I would expect a reversal. Obviously benchmark 2 is way above, but we'll just keep an eye on price action from that level, see if there's something to draw to the downside after that. But that's the initial trend done on the NQ for the morning. 4:30 done on that combine. What is it into chapter 11 and it's running? Bankruptcy. And it's running. Wow. Amazing. $0.24. You ended up shorting 123. $123. Where's a shelf at 123? AK's got that as a shelf there. Is it kind of more? Is that the shelf there? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These bars there. But that's not a shelf crack though, is it? The higher low is this higher low here. The crack is to the downside, right? Oh, trend line crack, you mean? Not a shelf. You mean a trend line crack. Yeah. I get you. I get you. Yeah, the shelves being the horizontal and the trend line cracks obviously being the angles. Yeah, it's just when though, right? It's just when. Definitely correct. Definitely correct. Look at that. Look at that. $40. So you were going for that, yeah? Or actually maybe even this. Yeah, mine's more that. That's the highest one you can get. And then if you're looking for another entry, I don't know that we got given the other entry. Didn't quite. Oh, one sec. Yeah, so off of that pull in there, you may have got it. Yeah. Yeah, it's all about hitting the button, isn't it? It's all about hitting the button. It's trying to, like I said, I'm trying to showcase the application. The execution side of it there's just a hell of a lot going on to me to execute every one of these levels as they come in. But my preference on that, if I'm hit, if I was on that trade, then there's no problem, because I can continue to hold while the seller's liquidity pool holds. If I'm on the buy side of this, if I'm just coming to the market at this point to look for the trade, then obviously I'm going to wait for the break of the buyer's level. You didn't quite get that one then. Literally a couple of cents off, weren't you? You mean after this? Or you didn't get the feel on that? Beautiful. Apple is absolutely beautiful. Love that on Apple. Oh, it's Amazon. Is that the 8 o'clock? I'll ignore that. This one to the downside on both. So benchmark to the downside, benchmark to the upside. That's why we play on both sides. That's where they're going to. One to the other. AMD, anything on there? What's all this business? Oh, these was yesterday's profit targets. Profit target 1, profit target 2. Utilising the same stuff this morning. Let's get rid of that. See what happened today. So today, the swing into the open. Looking for those best execution areas, only to the sell side. Okay, so it went to profit target 1 from there. Don't like that as much today. It literally done it on the open. Literally went to best execution literally in a minute, and then pulled off back down to its liquidity. So that's been. So did it make its benchmark though? I think it's just a profit target 2, isn't it? Yeah, it didn't quite make its benchmark. So we'll see what it's done. Google was a big swing on the pre-market. So that is at sell side best execution still. So came off of 147.40s down to 146.57s, which would have been the liquidity pool, I imagine. Yeah, and that's the liquidity pool. So that would be your target from best execution. And you see, that's exactly kind of what I mean with like being in line with the business, right? You can play the market in many ways, but like I said, that's what I'm trying to do, is not play the standard technical stuff, not play the standard technical patterns. I'm just trying to showcase the execution levels. Is like, this is where the best execution is, and then once that has happened, this is where the liquidity pool will be, and they're the two plays you can take. Now obviously the more you use the tool, it becomes easier and you can execute the ones you want to concentrate on. I'm trying to fly through the whole of the small cap arena on the scanners, and if I get to the mag 7s after that. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot to execute. Yeah, so just a spike above, similar thing, spike above this best execution here, pulls back down. If you draw that up, you're going to come into the liquidity pool again once or twice. So yeah, deep level in, and again, so that's a deep level in, that negates that one. So you go draw the next one, and there it is. And then the one from the upside to the downside, they're just playing liquidity pools all day. It's just a liquidity pool game. But they are the entries there. NVDA, ignoring the liquidity switch on, I think just went for a straight out buy side liquidity hold. Yeah, so that broke out of best execution, went straight up there to profit target 1, and then come down and retested the liquidity pool in full entirety, and then from there on that has played a similar game in terms of liquidity pool to liquidity pool. So straight in, double bottomed at that liquidity pool, then we go up. This one is literally straight down, so you know your liquidity pool is going to be sitting up there. Come back off that to NVDA and Tesla. Tesla normally loves the whole of pre-market to go to best execution. Is that liquidity switch on? Yeah, let's ignore that. Go to the lowest low that it's got, and we are looking for best execution. So Tesla went down to, how much down was that? A lot? No. Yeah, so it's best execution sitting down there at 185-ish all the way back to where it started for that. And if we take them lows at the bottom, if we put any sort of, yes, we did put a perfect spread in the bottom there. That's beautiful. Literally the same as yesterday, Tesla. Same as yesterday. You take that swing of Tesla, bring it around there. That's going to give you your move to the bottom. There's your benchmark straight in. You can long that benchmark, come in here, same to the top, play that, wait for it to break out. Bang, you know, it just moves, right? That's the move when it breaks out of the manipulation zone. Same here. That's the move when it breaks out of the manipulation zone. There it is. Bang. It does not mess about. That's why those targets are 90% and 80% and 70%. And then it's just a case of, yeah, liquidity pools. From there on in, if you wanted to do it, the benchmark is aligned. So you've got a liquidity pool sitting here. Now fails to the upside, that's negated. So you need to come back, draw the lower ones, make sure what you're tracking, which is buy side sitting here, and your sell side currently failing because your buy side is working. So that's the indication of what way you're going. You continue in that direction. So every sell side is failing right now on Tesla because every one of the buy sides is working. and you just keep dragging them up and working and working and working. So currently no sell side liquidity is holding because all the buy side liquidity is. You will just be waiting for that to change. You need a sell side liquidity pool to not fail, basically. So, yeah, so when one holds, puts in a lower low, so here for example versus here, you are now trapped in between two liquidity pools, buy side and sell side, and that's it. Now you wait, you just wait, because you know you've got to benchmark, right? Got to benchmarks here. And you're just working your way. Yes, there is a benchmark too, but like I said, not a lot of the time. The bigger caps, obviously the Mag 7 are very volatile and can act like small cap stocks on certain days, but generally they like to move between benchmark 1 to benchmark 1, and we're in benchmark 1. We're just teasing with the upside of it. Currently trapped between these two pools, and then I'd wait until one of those pools breaks, and you know, if we're going to continue on down, then there's some spread to pull. But at the moment, every one of these has failed and it's continued to the upside. I think that's it. So I think already coming up to 11 o'clock. So I think so sell side hold in there, wet G. And it's what you got. What you said about your patience yesterday. I realised I'm forcing trades rather than waiting for levels to meet. Then the trade come to me as opposed. Yeah. No, that's definitely the case. Yeah, it's like I say, there's nothing wrong. I've looked at AK stuff. I love it. I literally love how he does it. Right, I love how he does it. You know, people have been trading trend lines, you know, forever. Doesn't mean they're profitable. I love the way AK does things. It's just his execution is on point, and that's what you need to do. Oh, AK, I'm just talking about you and how on point your execution is. How you doing? All right. Yeah. So I'm waiting for that to come. And patience for the levels is what you need. There's a visual of looking at something, and when XYZ happens, then you can get in, versus, okay, I'm waiting for a level, an anticipated level to come to me, and then I've got a plan for what that process should be to get out of the trade working through the levels. Yeah, I've actually just spent the last 15 minutes looking at some of the plays that you would take. But yeah, it was. It was where was your HKIT? Pre-market. So this guy here. Yeah, nice. Nice. And what was we just looking at? Anish, let's go back to the chat. I wonder, because that one you just said WIMI, was it? Yeah, this one here. So this is what we was talking about. This one here. it's just crazy. I had the anticipated levels up here on the sell side. You've got this trend line crack going down there that Hamish took, and it's just like, look at that. That is just absolutely gold. Yep, same. That's the two. It's exactly the two stocks you talk about. It's got. I like the fact that you've all got the hang of like listening in and watching multiple live streams. I'm struggling with one, and it's mine. Walt's paying you out, is he? Oh, Walt Disney's paying you out, Taquito. I know, I can tell, mate. Yeah, that's awesome. Like, you can tell on your chat. So yeah, Disney paying nice there. Disney paying nice from the first swing and the pullback up into its benchmarks for me. So there's my two. There's the quick trade, the pullback to the liquidity pull off this one on Disney. And then off to the benchmark between 110 111. So straight in there. And that's the play there. Literally all aligned. There's another chat room play there, isn't there? That's a perfect chat room play, that guy there. So everyone's on that side on Disney today. Nice. Yeah, what's it got on it on the higher time frame? So from that out, yeah, I'd be using. You could be going for benchmark 2 down there, but I'd much rather use yesterday's lows and see where we get off yesterday's lows. Yeah, same. So I got a double one. We got off this morning, and we've got off yesterday's lows. So nice level. The NASA rocket and Sun W, the NASA rocket coming off Taquito's scanner here. Let me grab your scanner. Where? One sec. Got it somewhere. Come on. Here we go. Sun W, third quarter 23 results. Hot off the press. And what am I looking for down here? Benchmark 1 in. Benchmark 2 sitting there. So we'll see if we can get any higher than your 20 cents today. He's giving it all away tonight, Deckies. He wasn't giving it away last night. He was supposed to be having a 7 p.m. meeting, I thought, but he's a busy boy, so I'll let him off. Yeah, 'cause it was my midnight anyway, you know, so I'll give you 5 minutes after midnight and then give it out. So there's the B marks there. Benchmark. So just into that top level of the benchmark there, we'll see. We can work our way along this, and then if you're looking for 13 to 20, it has to hold, but that is an excruciating dump up. So that puts the liquidity pool pretty low. So you don't want to see 6 before you see 19, 20. Of course, there you go. Looks a little bit more like that. Yeah, that's why they were burning, mate. God dear. That's it. You got ice. Yeah, no, I love you, chat, man. I love the way you trade. You just can't. It's just it's just logical, isn't it? It's just you make it look easy. You make it look absolutely easy. Excellent, man. Excellent. Definitely, man. I'm all over that. All over that. All over that like a cheap suit, as I would say. Oh, do you know when someone's wearing a cheap suit and it's just like limp? Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't have to explain it to you. You get it. What else we got? GGE. Yeah, GGE's on the run there. 7%. We got anything low to the side of it? Yeah, I know, Juice. Thank you. I know. It was I as soon as I had a look on another screen, I could tell. Yeah, I've let them know. I wonder if that's a restriction at the minute on the platform. I know it does do 1080, but I don't know what the plan is that they've got signed up there. But yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, the numbers weren't so defined, were they? And my boyish good looks, you had to kind of have a little squint to check that out. But yeah, I'll have a word. So that's looking for the benchmark up there between 48 and 52. But yeah, this actually, I've just dropped that out. That's my bad. It's not there. It's there. So yeah, there's a 52 up there still on benchmark 2. But yeah, I like those. I know these do need to get up to stay in the Nasdaq as well, but I like those ones that have just come below. They've just been above $1 and they've come down for $1 and they've been there for a month or so, and then they're the ones I like to place, especially if they've got a split. They're my long plays. Yeah, nice Apple. So that best execution buy we put in there on the live stream yesterday, best execution buy, and there it was, straight off on the open, straight into the liquidity pool, back down again, and then just held. Nothing else really doing after that. But this morning's low. So this morning, I just went over this one, but I didn't do the lows, I don't think. But the low coming in here will probably hold. Yeah, so you're right there right now. So the quick trade, let's take these off because they were yesterday's targets. Yeah, so the quick trade for me would be now 188 to a 152 if that's going to play. Right, and you should see that volume come in if that's the case. Obviously, we've still got a shelf to crack here. Is it a shelf crack on the way up as well, though? Is it a shelf crack on the way up, or is it just a shelf crack on the way down? But yeah, if that's like sort of, if I'm right to the highs, it's almost there, right? But that's where you should see some form of aggression in the move to get to that level there. Top shelf break. Okay, gotcha. Top shelf margarita. I could do one of them right now. Actually. It's actually, it's not too early for me. Oh shit! I've got my son's appointment. It's 4 p.m. over here, and I do have to run to a school appointment with my son. So gonna go and have to check out what he's been up to. Hey. Don't tell people to go to your lobby and take them from here. Go to your lobby, and when people want to go to yours, they will go to it. But the viewers here are here for LiquiVision. That's you told, mate. But I know Taylor Trader is in your lobby, so I know he's only kidding. He's only kidding. AK's only in here to promote himself. He's only in here to promote himself. AK mentions me all the time on his stream. I have a little listening. I know when he's saying my boy LiquiVision on there. Much appreciated. All right, guys. I like Apple from here. If I've got a top shelf crack and a breakout of my manipulation zone to target 1. So we'll put this on and we'll see if we get there by the time I get back. So that would be, let's grab this. Yeah, that would be my kind of area to make sure we're breaking out of to get to this level up here. Things up out there, is it? Oh, Taquito, you're not one of them that needs an invite for everything, is it? You dig your heels in until you get an invite. Yeah, you've got your book on the go, haven't you? Actually, I can do that. I can do that. I'll polish my tones up, and okay, I'll polish my tones up and do you and do your audible for you. All right, guys, I need to take a break. I need to get to this appointment, and I will be back in about an hour or so. No, okay, keep it short, no longer than 150 pages. All right, guys, I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.